Hello student. So today I am going to discuss how to start the MySQL. Okay. For starting the MySQL, what to do? First of all, you have to install the MySQL in your computer. After installing it, you can start it. Okay. For starting it, what to do? Click the start button, then go to all programs, then select MySQL, then go to MySQL Server 5.6, then click MySQL command line client. Okay, you have to follow these different statement to open your SQL server. Okay, so what to do? First of all, you click the start button, then go to all programs. So when you install your MySQL server into your computer, then it is stored inside the all programs of the computer, and you search it and click the MySQL. Then when you click the MySQL, so from there you select MySQL Server 5.6, then you click MySQL command line client. Okay, so this is the step to starting the MySQL. Okay, so when you click the last option, that is MySQL command line client, then the MySQL command line client open. Okay, so when the MySQL command line open, it will ask a password from you. Okay, what to do? You have to enter the password. Okay, so if the password is right, then you can use the MySQL software. Okay, so once you are authenticated after entering the password, you can use the MySQL server, and on the screen you will notice this command. A black screen will appear. On the black screen there is a command like MySQL. Okay, so you will notice this command promote, from where you are going to start your database. You can create your database, you can create your tables, or you can use you can perform various type of tasks by using the commands. We have different type of commands. Using those commands, you can use your database. So from here we are going to start our database. Okay, so this is how we are going to start the SQL. Now the next point is, after opening the MySQL server, you now what to do? You have to create the database. Okay, so if you have already created the database, no need to create it again. You can use it. But if you do not have any database in your MySQL server, now next step is to create the database. But one thing all of you remember, no need to create many database. You have to create only one database. Okay, and inside that database you can create many tables. Okay, so what is the command for creating the database? So we are going to use the command that is create database name. Okay, so this is the command to create a database. So So create command is used to create a database. So here I am using the command. After that, create database name. Okay. So here what to do? You have to name the database. Okay. So when you use write the database name, it should be meaningful. Okay. It should be unique. Okay. Suppose I am going to create a database of a grocery shop. Okay. So if I write create database XYZ grocery. Okay. Then the computer will create a database name XYZ grocery. So look at that. So by this name you can identify clearly what are the data or what are the different type of things we have inside the XYZ grocery database. Okay. So whenever you are going to create the database, name the database very carefully. Okay. So it should be unique and it should be meaningful so that it can reflect the content of the database. By showing the name, you can identify what types of data are inside that database present. Okay, so this is the procedure to create a database. What to do? You have to use the create command. After that, write the database keyword. After that, database, then you name the database. Okay, so this is the procedure to create the database. And if you have some existing database, so for that you can use the show command. So show database. So if you write this command, then the SQL Server will display some database name on your computer screen. Okay. So if you want to use one of them, you can select it from here. Okay. So one thing you have to remember, no need to create the database again and again. Once you create the database, you just create the database only for one time, and after that you perform other tasks inside the database. Okay. Now before going to create the table or other things, first of all I am going to discuss MySQL data type. Okay. So MySQL data type. So student, do you know what is data type? Actually, when you create a table, so the table going to include many fields. Okay, and inside the field we are going to enter the data values. Okay, and these data value may be of various type. Some of maybe number type, some of maybe character type, or some of maybe combination of numbers and character like that. Okay, so when you are going to create the table and you are going to specify the different type of field for the table, you have to specify the different type of data types for that particular field. Okay, actually the table looks like this. So suppose this is a table. Suppose I am going to create a table of student. Suppose I name the table as student. Okay, here I have some field. Suppose roll number, name, then class, then age, etc. Now look at here. For the roll number, I am going to enter number like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, etc. For the name, I am going to enter character. Suppose X, Y, Z like that. For the class, I may enter number or character also. Here, suppose I am using the number. Suppose class. Suppose I am using the character. Suppose class 10. Okay. Then age 16, 15 like that. Okay. Look at here. So these are the field. Okay. Roll number, name, class, and age. These are the field which are going to be specified inside the table student. Okay, so when you are going to create the table student and when you specify these different field inside the table, you have to specify the different type of data type which are used to enter the exact value of the field. Okay, you have to mention the data type. So data type played a very vital role whenever you are going to create a table. So that today I am going to discuss the MySQL data types. Okay. The first of all, the data type is the first data type that we use, that is small int. Okay, small int or integer. Okay, so small int or small integer. So first of all, what is integer? Okay, so integer is a particular data type which is used for non-decimal number. Okay, and for that type of number, non-decimal number, SQL use two different type of data type. One is small int, other is int. You can write it in full form, that is integer, or you can write it in short, that is int, int. Okay, so what is the difference between them? So small int, it is used to store integer ranging from minus 3200 minus 7600. So I'm going to write it. Integer from, that is ranging from minus 32768 to 32767. So this is the range. Okay, and for integer the range is minus 21478 748 3648 to 2147 So student, no need to remember this. Okay, you just remember what is the use of small int or integer. Okay, so whenever you are going to create the table, you are going to use this data type for those value which are going to enter only non-decimal number. Okay, so these are not necessary. Okay, no need to remember all these things. You just remember this small int or integer or int or integer. Okay, next move to another data type, that is float. Okay, and this float data type is used to enter decimal number. Okay, so site, comma D, or you can enter another data type, that is decimal. Okay, so this size, this indicate the total numbers before the decimal number, and this D is for the number that is after the point. Okay, so for example, if I write float 3, 2, that means this data type going to enter 3 numbers, suppose 123.22. Okay, so before the number it is going to enter 3 number, and after the point it is going to enter 2 number. Okay, so this is the data type, that is float or decimal. These are used for those value which include decimal point. Okay, after that one more is, that is double. Double. Okay, actually this data type is a part of float or decimal type data type. That means double is also going to enter decimal point number, but it is going to enter double of float data type. That means if float number can enter only 3 numbers, then double is going to enter 6 number in for the field. Okay, after that we have some other that is used for text. Okay, then that is character. Character, site, and varchar. Site. Okay, and we have some date and time data type that are used for date and time. These two, character and varchar, are used for text data type. Okay, so I am going to discuss these two data type whenever we are going to create the table. Okay, so the next one is for time, date and time. For date and time, we have date data type, or we have time data type, and we have date, time, or year. So these are the 4 different types of data type: date, time, or year. These 4 different types of data types are used for entering date and time for a table of for a field of a table. Okay, so these are very important. You read from the book and just remember the various type of data types and its use. Okay, so no need to remember the length or the range of that particular data type. You just remember what are the need of these different type of data types and how to use them. Okay, now so today we learn how to create the database. Okay, for creating the database, what to do? You have to install the SQL, and after installing it, you open the SQL platform, and there you can create the database. Always remember, you just create one database, that and by creating the database you can create many tables. But before going to create the tables, you must know different type of data types that are used for the fields to enter the exact value. Okay, so today we learned the different type of data type that are used to create the tables. So in the next class I am going to show you how to create the tables of a database. Okay, so that's all for today. Thank you.